let's start generating and creating our advertising. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and create an account. And now I'm going to register. Now what they're going to do is they're going to send me an email so that I can confirm that I'm actually am who I am. Once you receive the confirmation email, you can go ahead and sign in. Perfect. Now, once you've successfully logged in, you'll see that Millennial provides you with a getting started screen. And you'll see that there are 3 steps that you can take to get started with your mobile advertising. First, you need to create a campaign. Second, you'll need to fund that campaign. And then third, you'll need to measure and view the results. Creating the campaign refers to going through all the steps of setting up your program, uploading your creative, specifying your target audience, etc. And we'll go through that in just a minute. Funding your campaign refers to actually putting the money into the account. So Millennial Media will ask you to register a credit card so that you can be paying for your advertising. And finally, viewing the results refers to monitoring all of the traffic and engagement that consumers have with your mobile advertising. So let's get started. Let's create our first campaign. So we click on the Create Campaign button. So Millennial Media takes us immediately to the campaigns dashboard. And up in the top, in the middle left corner right here, you'll see it says New Campaign. So we're going to go ahead and create New Campaign. And creating your advertising program is as simple as filling out the form. So let's give it a campaign name, specify a category, and since we're in the olive oil business, we're going to specify food and beverage. Or just food. If you notice, every one of these platforms has a little question mark on it. A lot of the service providers do this as a best practice to tell you what that capability does for you. So tracking, for instance, in this case says, use conversion tracking to learn more about how your campaign is performing and allow M-Media to automatically optimize delivery away from poor performing sites. There's 2 ways to do this. You can use application tracking for your applications by installing the Millennial Media Software Development Kit into your app. Your developer will be able to handle that for you. Or you can do mobile website server tracking. For now, and for the sake of this introductory demo, we're going to leave the tracking options off. Next, you want to set your budget. And your budget will be based on a wide range of different numbers, but for the purposes of this demo, let's just say our budget is $100. And we don't want to necessarily set a budget capping, and we want to specify that we only want to pay when people click on our ad. That will be the type of way we want to run our ad. Versus CPM, which is we'll pay based on exposure of our ad. CPM stands for cost per thousand, and CPC stands for cost per click. Now, if you've received a promotional code from Millennial Media, you can enter that here. It's a good idea just to call their sales team and ask for one if you're just getting started, and then you can actually save some money in the very beginning of launching your mobile advertising programs with them. Next, you want to start setting up the times for your campaign. When do you want it to launch and run? So let's say we want to launch it from today, starting at 1:30 p.m., and we want it to go for a couple of months, maybe till the end of July. And then the next setting you want to do in this early stage of setting up your campaign is to specify if you want to do day parting or not. Day parting refers to the concept of breaking up your campaign and having it work throughout different parts of the day. So for example, you may only have your day be served in the morning, or in the afternoon, or in the evening, or maybe you're going to run different creative at those different parts of the day. Let's just take a look at the options. So for instance, in the day parting areas, you can go ahead and easily specify different blocks that you want to run your campaign for. So maybe you only want the campaign to run on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at these specific time frames. Again, for the sake of our demo, we're going to turn day parting off. Just wanted you to see what those options look like. Then we hit next. The next step in setting up your campaign is to specify where you'd like your campaign to run. That is, what areas do you want your mobile advertising to be served in? Do you want your mobile ads to be served all throughout the world? Or do you want to be specific to a particular geography? In this case, for instance, maybe we just want to be specific and pick North America, and then specifically the United States. You can also refine your advertising and go even a bit deeper. Maybe you want to refine it down to a specific region, like California. So for the sake of our ad, let's go ahead and select California and actually drill down to only San Francisco, California. So you can see there's a tremendous amount of targeting that you can do with your advertising. And the more precise you can be with your ads, that will specifically meet the objectives you set out when you're planning out your mobile advertising. But also keep in mind, if your audience is too precise, you may not get enough of reach to be able to achieve your goals. So there's a balance between targeting and having a broad spectrum approach. So we're going to go ahead and hit next. Now there's other types of targeting that you can do with your program. You can target specific devices, such as by operating system or the type of device. You can target specific carriers. Maybe you only want to be reaching people, say, on Verizon or T-Mobile. Or you can target by different profiles. For instance, the types of sites or applications that they frequent, or their specific demographics, for instance, male or female, or specific age groups. And then finally, the other area of targeting is the type of sites that you want to optimize for. You can actually specify, do you want your ad to be able to run on a wide range of sites or specific ones? And again, you can say, I want to run it on these type of sites, or I can block it on other types of sites. You can be very, very precise with your optimization. Let's go ahead and hit next. Perfect. Next, you want to add your creative to your advertising. This will be the images that will be served in the websites and the applications where your ads are deployed. So you can either upload your own assets, or you can use the Millennial Media Creative Tools. We're going to go ahead and use their tools just for the purposes of this demo. So we hit create, and we can specify our ad, such as 2 trees, olive oil, holiday special. 2 trays olive oil, holiday special. We can then specify the size of our ad. We can change it however we'd like. Stay with the standard 320 by 50 ad. We can then specify the action of the ad. This is what happens when someone actually clicks on the ad. So in this case, we want to be directing people to our website. Then finally, in terms of telling them what the action is going to be, for instance, in this case, we want the action to be triggering to the website versus a call, versus downloading to an app, versus triggering an SMS, clicking to a map, or a video, or some form of other multimedia. Next, we can specify the theme and the color that we want for our ad. Let's go with green. And then finally, we can add labels. There you have it. Now that we're done, we just go ahead and attach to the campaign. And we've successfully created our ad. Now we can hit next. Once we've hit next, the next step is now to fund our campaign. But for the purpose of this demo, we're not going to put money into the account. So for now, we'll just go ahead and hit Save Draft, and we can come back to it later. So you see, it's pretty simple and straightforward to actually set up and create a mobile ad. However, as we've learned throughout this course, and as you'll learn as you navigate your way through mobile marketing, the devil's in the details. It's about knowing your audience, it's about having the right creative, and really managing your programs in a very strategic way.